Hi everybody, June here from Red Daisy Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of San Antonio, Texas. I'm so excited to be here today. I wasn't sure I would make it in time today. I was having so much fun with my sister-in-laws this weekend, and thought I might be a little bit late, but here I am, and a little bit kind of not sure, but I do have a plan, and we're going to dig right in. So, hey, Wanda, thanks for joining me. As always, you're always so supportive. I love that. I just wanted to give a quick reminder before we dive in that we are 2 days away from the next Paper Pumpkin Kit subscription period ending. And I think it's Fluttering Garden. I don't have my little reminder papers in front of me, and I'm looking around because I keep thinking they're here. They are here. I knew they were around. Yes, Fluttering Garden is the one that is coming up, and that is one when we get an extra stamp set. Hey, Melanie, thanks for joining. Thank you. I also just wanted to mention that there is a product of the month that happens every month. When you buy $75, you can get the Notes of Spring stamp set for $5. So that's pretty awesome. And there's an exclusive join offer right now. You can get the positioner tool with your sign kit. So lots of fun things happening around. And I guess I should remind you that if you don't have the dies this month, the Beautiful Blooms dies, you're missing out. So go check them out. So let's go ahead and let me switch things around. Last week we had a lot of fun doing we had a lot of fun unboxing and playing with some stuff. We made some cards. I'm going to grab those to show you because we had so much fun last week. For anybody that wasn't here, oh my goodness, it's not working. My hands aren't working. These are the cards that the kit was intended to make. They're really beautiful all on their own, but we made some additional cards. So we made this one, and this one is a same basic design. We just did some different things. And then we made this one, and then I made this one, I think, after the live. And then we made this one on the live. So already started with some alternates, 5 different ones right here. And I have a few more for you today. So let's go ahead and dig in and see what we can do today. So I've got two things going on here that I wanted to show. We're going to basically have the same layout. We're just going to do different components. And so let me just get myself a tiny bit organized here. So I'm using some of the DSP from that Easter Joy, I think it is, in the mini January through April catalog. It's so pretty. This DSP is much thicker than normal, but it has some foiling on it. It's got a little shine to it. And on the opposite side, it has this kind of muted colors, and it's more flat matted. So we're going to use that. I brought in the shimmer paper, and I don't have the exact name of this, but here it is. It is called Pastels Shimmer. I think this is still available, but it came in the Pretty in Pink, Balmy Blue, and Lemon Lolly shades. So pretty. But we're going to use a piece of that on here, and I'll give you measurements, but I'm just showing you. So that's going to be on the front. I've got a piece of the card base from the kit that I'm using on the inside of here with a little scrap from this DSP. We have this label from the kit that we're going to use, and we're going to use the bunny from the kit, and he's going to get tucked in right here. And then I have one of the little leaves pieces from the kit that I thought would look really cute, just a little added piece here. So we're going to need a stamp sentiment here. So we got that. And then I flipped the paper over because I just wanted to see what it would be like to do basically the same thing. So I'm using the opposite side of the paper, and it's very muted, so fun. And again, doing the same thing here, okay, because we're just flipping it over. So that's going to be the front. I'm still using that Pretty in Pink shimmer paper on here. And then I used a piece of the envelope, and I'll give you measurements. So that's going to go across. And then I'm using the stamp set and dies, which I have right here. So I'm using the stamp set and the dies, okay? And I cut out already, the little bunny, and I used basic beige. I thought we might do a little bit of coloring. This card base here, Melanie, is Shy Shamrock, okay? So I'm using Shy Shamrock as the base for each of these. I did a little cutting of the grass is one of the die cuts in the Easter basket right here. This Easter basket. So I'm using that. And then I also have the little eggs here that I think I'm going to use. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's going to be the case. I also think I might bring this in behind here on this one. So we're going to play around with this, and we're going to see what these two basically the same card designs end up with, okay? It is a pretty color. It is very, very pretty. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move them a little bit to the side here. So they don't go far away. So let me give you the basic measurements that I have. So I'm using 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of card, the Shy Shamrock. It's a gorgeous bundle, Wanda. The Easter bundle, I love it. And I scored it 5 1/2. Okay. Then I have the piece of DSP here that I cut. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4, so like a standard layer, okay? And then this piece here is cut to 4 1/2 by 2 3/4. And that just goes right there in the center. This little piece on this side is 1/2 inch by 3 1/2 inches. Now on this card, I'm just using one of the banners for the sentiment. So that's kind of in place of this. All right. And then again, I did die cut some of this grass from the Easter basket dies. I have the little bunny, and I have the die cut from the kit, okay? Then on the inside, I'm using one of the card bases from the kit, which I feel like is basically a couple generations lighter than Shy Shamrock. And this is 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. is what I ended up with. It must have just been the size I had left, because there's not a lot there. And then this piece here, I think is 3/4 of an inch by that same 2 3/4. Okay, so we're just going to use that in the same direction here. So I had a couple of ideas, and I couldn't decide what to do. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to use my blend markers or if I wanted to try some of just our regular markers. I think I'm gonna stick with the blends, and I have here, I think this is light pumpkin pie, and so I'm going to use that to just color in a little bit on the bunny's ears here, just to give him some color. All right, and then I have a lighter, this is one of those like neutral colors. It says SU 700. And so I'm just going to use that to kind of spread this out a little bit, just to bring some color into this. Okay. And then I have a bubble bath here, and I'm going to use the light one on here. And I'm basically going to like color him in because he is on the basic beige, and I'm not being very what do I want to say, gentle about it. I'm just coloring this in. I want to give him some color, and I didn't want it to be on white card base, so I'm just kind of coloring him in over the basic beige so that I have that basic beige on the outside, but wanted to give a little color to him. And then I'm going over that peachy color that I put on. So that's what I'm ending up with. And you can see it's just a little bit of color, but I wanted a little more pink. Now I'm going to take the darker of the bubble bath, and I'm going to put a little bit of cheeks on him. Just a little. And then I'll use the lighter one just to kind of tone it down. It looks like a little blotchy right at the moment, but once it dries, it's going to be so cute. So I think he's really cute on here. So a lot of fun with that. So I'm going to leave that, move these out of the way for now. We're going to stamp our sentiment. So I'm going to put on here, hello friend. Okay. And we're going to put it in this upper corner because I don't need, I want to have some of that white background because the bunny is going to take up some space there. Now I want to grab my foam mat, which I always seem to forget lately. So let me just ink this again. All right, so we're just going to put this right up in the corner here, like this. Just like that. All right. So we have the hello friend on that. And then on this one, we are just going to put happy Easter on here. Let me get this again. Can't seem to get this. Keep it out. I got to keep it out. All right, so we're just going to add happy Easter right here in the center. Nice little add there. Okay. And I think that's everything. So we can start to put our card together. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab my bone folder, varnish this card base, make sure I have a little bit of an extra longer edge here. So I'm going to make that the front. Okay, so we're gonna use our multi-purpose liquid glue to put this down, and I'm gonna have to be careful because I think this is gonna be extra slippery because of that shiny side. Oh, perfect. Oh, you have one of the old bunny punches? That's lovely. I love it. That will work perfectly, Melanie. Yes, that will work perfectly. Okay. All right. So then we're going to add this pink right on top of here. And we'll get that put down right in the center, like so. Right there. Smooth that out. And then we are going to have this happening. Now, I think I want to go ahead and add my grass to this right in the center, I think is what I want to do. So I'm going to just put a little tiny bit of glue on the edge of here. And then I'm going to add this to the top right in the center. That looks pretty good. Just like that. And then I'm going to let that dry just a tad. We're going to add this right up here to the card with some glue. So I'm kind of letting this get framed on the top half evenly. Has about 1/4 of an inch around it. So just like that. So that's what we have there. All right. And then this piece here is going to get added. And let's see our placement. So I'm going to have our little bunny right here. And we're going to have the eggs. And this little guy is going to go across right there. So I do think I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. Let me see here. Because I don't think I need little ones. Oh, I have some of these little long strips. I think I'll use that for this. I think that is going to work out perfectly. All the way across there. That'll be nice. Okay, so we have that. And now let's add our little bunny to the card front. Just adding it with some glue. And he's going to be off the side right here like that. And then I guess we'll go this direction with our eggs. Just like that. Now, I've been contemplating adding oh, we can tuck it in. I think I'm going to add a little bit of baker's twine on here as well. So I'm just putting this right at the edge of where the eggs and the bunny land on the page. This will give it some grounding so that it doesn't look like everybody's in the air. Okay. And I think it's kind of funny because even though it's not, but the pink looks like it's a little basket and this is the edge of the basket. I think it's funny, but I think it's really cute too. So now let's add some baker's twine. Now I know we got the pink in the kit, but I think I would rather use some of the linen thread, which I have here. Just to bring in a little bit of a different color. So I'm going to make kind of a little bit of a floppy-ish bow here and tuck in. So let's see here what I have because I'm going to make a double. So 16 and so I have like 28 inches here that I'm going to double up. All right. And actually, I'm going to put it into thirds is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to basically, oh, that's pretty good. So I'm making it into thirds here. And let's see. There we go. So I'm just going to make like a floppy bow. And I don't really care that my tails aren't very long. Because we're going to tuck it in. But I am going to try and shorten them a tad if I get, I may have to put my glasses on. Oh my goodness. There we go. I found them. Here we go. There we go. Nice floppy bow. I'm just pulling things apart here. So it looks a little full and all of that. So we have a little floppy bow. We're going to add it right there underneath. So let me grab my take your pick tool. It's in my I told you I was having fun with my sister-in-laws, and I took a lot of my tools away for the weekend, and so they're in my little bag down here. Oh, this is one of those rolls where the dots are on the other side. So weird when it happens. Anybody have that happen where your dots show up in the wrong place or not where you're used to? All right, so I am just sticking this right underneath there, like so. So it just kind of falls out under from the bottom, like that. Isn't that so cute? And I had them out, I think last month. I mentioned it, but I had found these pink pearls. I don't think they're around anymore, but I just thought they would be so pretty on here. I'm going to get it off of here. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. One there. And we'll put a little one right up here. And we'll add another little one. If I can get it off the sheet. There we go. We'll put another one right up here. Like that. You know what? Let's see if we can see what this is like. I'm going to have little pearl eyes on my bunny. I think that's sweet. There we go. And so that's what we end up with for this card. Now let's do the inside real quick because I'm not going to do any stamping, but I am going to add this little strip. It was 3/4 by 2 3/4 to this, to the very bottom of this. This is just a little place for you to write your message on the inside of the card. You know, sometimes I think we feel intimidated by all the white space on the inside of a card. So why not make the space smaller? And then it doesn't feel so intimidating. Does anybody relate to that? I know I do. That's for sure. Oh, I love the little pearls for the eyes of the bunny. And really cute inside. So, okay, that's our first. Now we're going to make this other card, which is basically the same design. So let's quickly put these two pieces together. So same exact elements, but we're doing opposite side of the DSP, which is so pretty. So pretty. So that's going to go on the inside. And then we have these pieces to go on the outside. Now let me do this fold and make sure I'm putting this on the right side. And we want it on this side. All right, so we're going to add some glue here. Oh, thank you. You could totally relate. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Wanda. I think they come out nice. Sometimes I think if I would use a corner rounder that this would look even more like a basket, but I don't have, well, do I? I used to have a corner rounder around here close by, but I'm not seeing it. I have to think about that for next time, but that could make it look a little even more like a basket. All right, so we are adding our piece here in the center. I feel like I keep having too much on one side. That looks good. All right. Then we are going to be putting our bunny down about right there. I keep thinking I want to do this at an angle, but I'm not going to now. So I think we're going to put him a little bit lower. I'm going to glue the bunny down. And then we'll put the sentiment on dimensionals. So I think I'm going to bring him down just a tad more than I had him a minute ago. Such a cute bunny. And then we're going to put this right on here. And we're going to use, I'm going to use another one of these strips. That worked out perfectly. I don't think I need this whole piece. But there we go. Like that. And we're going to put this right here. Now this one won't look so much like a basket because of the placement, right? It'll be a little bit different. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. And then I just have this little leaf. I can't decide, but I just thought it would be good to add on here. So maybe we'll add it down here. Up here. Where shall we go? I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of glue, and I think we'll put it right down here. Like that. Just a little bit at the bottom. And then I have these pearls again. Let's go ahead and add our piece to the inside. And what I love to be able to show is like you can take a little design, like a sketch of some sort, and use it with different elements and see what you get. And you can end up with some totally different things happening. So let's see, we're going to add our little pink right there. I'm going to use another one of the big ones because I only have a couple of the, I only have one of the smaller one. So I'm going to add that one there. And then I'm going to have the other one right here by him. And there you have it. Happy Easter. Very cute. Fun little card. Now we could put a bow on here if we wanted. But I think I'm going to leave it just like it is. And there you have it. So basically same elements, you know, basic layers of elements, right? but it has a totally different outcome when you add different elements. So I just love that. And I love seeing how the two different designer series papers look, because we did it also on the inside, and I love that you can just see. So, you know, if you don't prefer like super bright colors like this, you can have something more toned down. That's the fun of it, right? So much fun. So awesome. All right, so that is the first two cards. Now I have another one here. We're just making one on this one. I just wanted to show how that worked for that card. Okay, so for this one, we are using the lighter of the card bases, which I feel like is Lemon Lolly, and that will go on the inside of the card. And I have a little strip of this because I pretty much cut off the sides of this so that we just have the circle in the middle. And I got this from a sketch, and I thought it was kind of interesting because it was kind of a unique sketch, but I thought this might work really neat because I wanted to bring more color in. So we're going to put this wreath over the top of it, but I am going to be adding, like, into the background, just these little squares. Okay, and so they are going to go right into this piece right here just to bring background to it. And then again, I have another one of the bunnies, so I thought we'd do some coloring again on here, and maybe this time we'll use markers and see what that looks like. And then I have a few of the flowers to add to it just to give it some additional elements, maybe on the inside and the outside. But we are going to start with a card base of Pretty in Pink. And again, it is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So that's going to be the base of the card. And then this is going to go right on top of here. And we have these kind of tilted squares going on. And it's really just to kind of add to the background of this. So we're going to have this on top. And the bunny is going to go in here like so. And then we're going to add a couple of flowers with the bunny. Okay, so we'll do that like so. And then we might add one more up here. And it just pops it off the page a little bit just with that background. So just kind of a funky little design. And then I have this going to be on the inside, and I have the strip that was cut off the edge from the background here. And then I just thought we'd add a couple little flowers on the inside of that. So let's go ahead and get going. I want to add a sentiment to this one right here, and it's going to be tilted like this. So I want my sentiment to go up here, and I think I will use the Hello Friend, but I need to clean our stamp. Because we're going to use a different ink color. And I need to decide what ink color I'm using because I don't know. I have Peach Pie, which is the paper. I don't know what it will look like. Let's just see. If I had gotten to playing with my positioner tool, I might actually be able to do it so we could do it more than once, but let's see here. Oh, that might be good. I think that's fine. I think that shows up just fine. So you can still read. I like that, actually. It's not too bold out there. So that worked out good. All right. So that was a Peach Pie. All right, and I think this time I am going to stamp also on the inside the Sweet Spring Greetings also in the Peach Pie. So let's just add that to that. Oh, so pretty. I love it. When we have all the peach pie going on with this. All right, so let's do some fun little coloring on here. And let's see. So I did get a crumb cake marker out because I was like, okay, so maybe we could just darken up his lines a little bit. So I am going to do that and go around him. And I'm just being really careful because, well, if I mess up, then that's it, right? So I'm just kind of going around, and I'm not doing it perfectly, okay? It's not perfect. But I do like that it's bringing out a little bit more color to our little bunny. So I had stamped him in the basic beige on basic beige. And I'm okay with it, but when I saw the crumb cake marker, I was like, oh, we could go around him. All right, so I got that for that. It's our little bunny, so cute. Now I'm going to use the bubble bath here, and I'm going to just color in his ears, the color on his the under part of his ears, okay? And I'm gonna just do a little bit of lining on his little tail. So I'm not coloring in the whole thing, okay? And I think that's all I'm gonna do, but I think he's cute. Oh wait, let's make his nose. I'm gonna do his nose with petal pink. Just to give him a little bit of a color there. Very cute. There he is, little cute bunny. Perfect. All right, let's try and put this together and see what we get. That's kind of a weird little design, but I think it's kind of cool. All right, so we're going to put this layer down. I should tell you what size it is. I believe I took off about a half an or not, like 3/8 of an inch off of each side, if I got that right. I trimmed this already down, but let me tell you what this width is. So this is 3 1/4 inch, and then this is 5 inches. Okay, so we have 3 1/4 by 5. All right. And then this little piece was from one of the sides that we cut, and it is only 3/8 of an inch by 4 inches to go on the inside of the card. Okay, so we have that down. Then we're gonna put down this cute little square in peach pie, and it is going to go like this. So this is going to be like reading straight on, okay? And I'm just basically, the corner up here is hitting that outside oval edge. So that's that piece. And then I'm going to bring this piece in to reach the bottom of the corner is going to hit the outside edge of the oval. So just kind of a, you could emboss over the peach. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. And so now we have those two together like that. All right, so that's what we have so far. All right, and we're going to add in our bunny. So he's going to go into the wreath, but let's put our wreath on first, I think. And we're going to use dimensionals on here. So that's where that's going to go, like that. And just trying to get it in the right spot, because I don't think I'm making it so straight. I don't want to cut off my hello. So I'm kind of turning it a little bit, which is fine. But we're going to add dimensionals to this. Let me grab my little one here. Oh, I thought I had a little one. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. So let me just add these around. I don't know that I need tons of them, but I think we end up with 5 or 6 on there. There we go. I keep seeing things that say Happy International Women's Day. So I wish all of you a happy International Women's Day. For anybody that might be watching from another part of the world. So we are placing this right here. Right here. Got it all a little bit off there. There we go. There we go. Just like that. And our little bunny is just going to tuck in. I'm going to have his little ear on top there. So I might put a dimensional at the top part here. Like that. Let me get a small one for his ear. Like that. And then I'll put a little glue down here to tack him in. Okay. And let's put him in right here. There we go. All right. And then I have this bigger flower, but I don't want to cover up his little tail. So I'm just wondering if I add the big flower up here and this little flower right over that one. And there's no dimensional there, so I can use a dimensional to put it on to give it some extra dimension here, like that. There we go. And then this one we will add also with the dimensional. So we'll just add it right there, like so. Oh, really cute. I love the peach pie with the pretty in pink. I don't know about you, but I think it's so pretty. And if I can find the sequin, where is my extra stuff? Here we go. This one needs that sequin that came in the kit. Right here. So we need that. All right, so we are going to add some of these peach pie sequin. We're going to add one to the center there. And I'm going to add one right down here. And let's add one maybe right here. There. Now I think I'm going to add 2 more. So put one up here, and let's add one right here. Oh, I like that. I like that. Do we need any kind of bow on here? I love this. I really like it. I am not going to be at Onstage, Melanie. I'm so sorry. I am not going to be making it this year. I wish, but not this time. I guess I had one more flower I could have added, but I really don't think it needs it. Maybe we'll just add it on the inside. That's what we'll do. Are you going on stage? I feel so rude. I haven't even asked what y'all have been doing all weekend. We've just been having so much fun. We're getting ready for my niece's. It's her first baby, and we're getting ready for her shower. We've been just having a ball getting ready for it, just doing all kinds of fun things. I am making a banner for it. A beautiful, it's a very long banner, but it is beautiful. And I'm making these really gorgeous, I guess, picture elements that hang off of it. Have really sweet photos of them when they were babies. And then we have some pictures of the sonogram that's going to go with it. So fun. She's having a boy. Oh, I understand. It's hard. It's hard. It's a lot to go to an event, you know, travel, hotel, the event, all the things. So much work. All right. I love how this came out. I hope you guys like it. It's such a unique and different kind of alternate, but really colorful and cheerful, if you ask me. I love bringing in the bunny from the stamp set and doing a little coloring on that. So really, really cute. Okay, I was going to check the time. I'm going to get a drink. We have time. I'm going to keep going. All right. You know what? I'm going to do this one first. This was kind of a fun one that I thought might be good. A little bit different. So we have, I have the bunny and the carrot from the stamp set. I have 4 of the little leafing elements that came in the kit. Okay. I have the square, that's sentiment from the kit. This is from the card base from the kit, and it is oh, fun. That's always exciting when family can get together. So it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, which will be a great frame for that little die cut piece. Then I'm using a piece of that DSP that has this really fun plaid on the back. And this piece is 4 inches by 2 inches. Then I have a piece of that Lemon Lolly, probably 2 generations away, card base that I'm using. This is 3.5 by 4.5 that we're going to use. And then I have the card base from the kit with the flowers that I just love. And they're going to be on the inside of the card. So I'm doing a Z fold here, So I just scored in 2 1/8 inch. And then I have a mountain and a valley fold here. So that's how we're starting this card. Okay. And we're going to do some coloring on our bunny. And because I have blues and greens here, I am going to still do the little outline. I really loved how that came out. So I am going to do that outline again. I'll try to be quick about it here, so we're not taking up so much time with that. If I recorded and knew how to edit, I could do this, and then you wouldn't have to watch me do all that. I could speed it up, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that. And I enjoy hanging out with you all. So fun. There's our little bunny. And oh, yes. Your newest great niece and nephew. Oh, this kit is perfect for babies. It's so pastel-y, but then bright. Oh, so much fun. All right, I have a little bit of a balmy blue here. So, and this is so balmy blue. We're going to go rogue, and we're going to have blue ears. Going to put a little blue on these ears. Just there. And I'm going to do a little blue on the tail of our bunny to give him some color. And maybe we'll try a little bit of pink on the cheeks. And that is just petal pink. So that is what we ended up with on this one. So cute, I think. All right. So I do need to stamp sentiment on here. So let me grab my foam mat. And I think we're going to use balmy blue for this one. So I did grab my balmy blue ink pad, and I need to clean off this stamp because I think it had a different color on it. Might as well go ahead and clean all of these while I'm here. And do that. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to use balmy blue right here. And we're going to use Sweet Spring Greetings on here. And I am going to go ahead and put this in the upper right corner of that piece. Okay. Just like that. Oh, that looks good. All right. Then I think that's all the stamping for now. Now I am going to do some cutting on this. We're going to turn one side of this into a banner side. So I'm going to just try to cut in here. I better put my glasses on for this. You're thinking about using the light blue and crumb cake and making a crumb cake. Oh, beautiful. That would be gorgeous. So masculine. Also, like perfect for a little boy. All right. So I'm going to go corner to tip of that. That did good. And then corner to tip of that. Perfect. I'm getting better at that. I never felt like I did that very well. I feel like I'm getting better. Okay. So my thought process here was that I wanted something that came all the way to the edge like this. And I think we did a card last week kind of like this. So like here, how it went all the way to the edge. I think that's what I had in my head, was that how this was. And so we're going to put this on, and we're just going to center it on here. And so we're just going to glue this down onto that piece. Okay. And so I believe this is where I'm at. I don't think I'm messing that up. So let's just put this down right at the center. So if I am here, and that is there. I think we're right at the edge of that. I don't have any overhang there. Perfect. Okay. I did think of one other thing. I die cutted this little carrot, but I was thinking about trying to stamp on it. I think I'm still going to try and stamp on it with that little carrot stamp. Now, ideally, you would have done this first, but I didn't have all the things I wanted to be able to do that. So I wanted to be able to color this little carrot with a green top like that and an orange bottom. That's what I wanted to be able to do. And so we're gonna give it a whirl, and hopefully we won't be too off center. So let's just see here how good we can get on here. I think we did pretty good. Oh, cute. Look at that little carrot. All right, so we're going to use that on our card. All right, so what we have happening is this little guy is going to come across the center of here. So he's going to go all the way to the edge, but it's going to go in the center like that. All right. Then we're going to add this square right here to our card front. And you know what? I think I'm going to put it to the top part here like that. And then that's going to go on top of there. And we're going to add our bunny right here like that. It's going to have the little carrot. Guess we'll just add that little carrot on this side. Unless we add them here. No, I don't want to cover anything up. We're going to add the little carrot over here. And then I have these little green pieces that I thought we could add in. So I'm just wanting to check out the placement of all of this to see how I have this. So let's see. And that is up there, and this out that side. And then we do that here with this coming here. We can still add our little carrot there with our bunny. And that's what I think we'll end up with. What do you think? With the carrot or without the carrot? That's the question. I keep wondering how to put the carrot on the bunny, but I guess he could go right there on the bunny. What do you think? On the bunny with the carrot? I'm going to start to glue stuff down, and I'm going to give y'all a minute to tell me. No carrot, carrot on the bunny, or no carrot? Carrot or no carrot? Yes, with carrots. Okay. That's what I needed. Thank you. So cute, I think. All right. So, let's see here. I think I'm going to add this little guy with the dimensionals. So it'll make it easier to add the little leaves. So I'm putting the dimensionals in a little bit, not out at the edge. That way they actually support the center, and we have room to add our leaves. Okay. I feel like this should be square to each other, but it doesn't seem to be. Seems like I have a little more at the top and the bottom. All right, so we're gonna stick one down under here like that, and then we'll stick this one on top like that. And then we'll add this little guy on the bottom. Like so. I think that's good. And then this one we'll add on top. Oh. There we go. Right, so that's going to go on here. And now with the green, I think it can come down. I was going to put it up more, but I think that works out fine with it being more centered on here. So let me put some glue on the back of here, and we'll put that down. I'm glad I put the leaves on first, because it really helped me to determine where the placement need to be. So there. There, like that. All right, then we're going to add our bunny on here. So I am going to put a dimensional out here like that. And I think I can use this right here. And then we'll add a little bit of glue here on this edge just to help tack him down. So I love it. Just like that. Okay. And then our little carrot coming across like that. Cute, cute little carrot. What do you think? And then it opens up and you have a place to write a message. And it can be the full area up here for you to write a message right across here, which I think is perfect. And you have a very pretty inside. So when it sits, it's like that. I just think these are so pretty, those flowers. Okay, we should add some of these beautiful sequin to this front. So I'm going to add one right down here. And we'll put one over here. And then we'll add one up here like that. And we'll put one, I think one right here. And then we'll add one more. I just love these sequin. Put one right over here. So there we have it. Very fun. Cute card. I love the bunny. That bunny is so cute. Thank goodness for the pieces. Okay, I have one more. One more. We're going to go a little bit over, but I want to give you as much as I can today. So I have another card base in Pretty in Pink. And this one, I am using that piece of that DSP that had like the 6 scenes in it. So I am using one of those. I have a basket from the kit. Oh, I got a sequin somehow stuck. I have the basket from the kit. I got eggs. I got flowers. I did cut a little strip of peach pie. This is from trimming this piece down. So I have a little piece of that to include on the inside. But we are going to do some stamping on here. And I do not think that I will put a sentiment on this card in the front at this moment. So right now I'm thinking there will not be a sentiment. It's just going to be fun. A little fun card. And we're going to stamp some of these eggs because I haven't used them. They're so darn cute. I keep thinking, how am I going to bring these in? And then I don't use them. So silly, but very, very fun they are. Cute. So I got some eggs. And so let's see here. I suppose I could put a couple of eggs on the inside. Well, duh. Let's just do that while we're here. There we go. That's perfect. We'll do that. Okay. All right. So this is Pretty in Pink, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. I obviously did not score because I have quite the edge here. So we're going to use that to the back. Let's go ahead and add this to the inside. And like so. And I have this cute little pink polka dot piece from cutting off or cutting the top layer down to fit right. So we're just going to let those eggs go right underneath that so that they look like they're grounded with that. Now I am going to add one of these little peach pie strips. So this is 4 by 1/8, 4 inches by 1/8. Oh, thank you, Wanda. You love it. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, they're going to love that. They're going to love it. So I'm just adding it right below the pink dot, just to go right up next to it like that. So that's the inside. Really cute. I like the green in there. It just adds a little pop going on. So now we're going to put this on the outside and we're going to turn it in the right direction because those flowers definitely have a direction. They are all going up this way. So we just want to make sure we put this down right. All right, so we got that. So beautiful, like that. And now we are going to use some dimensionals to put our basket on. So I am going to just put these in, and then I need some of the mini ones, which were here a moment ago. Oh, here they are. I bet y'all could see them sitting right there. And then we are going to add this on. And this is our last card for the day, which we got through quite a few. I know we're a little bit past the hour, but thank you for hanging in there. So I'm just going to center this right on the card. All right, so we're going to tuck our little eggs in. So we're going to put one down with a little bit of glue. So I'm going to just tuck them in right there. And then this one we're going to add with a dimensional. And we're going to just have him popped right there. Okay, now I have a flower I'm going to add right there. Just right there, popping up. Give that some depth. Now I'm going to also have a flower at the bottom that's just kind of fell out of the basket like that. And then we'll have one that is on this other side of the basket right here, like so. Now I do have this adorable little bunny, also from that stamp set, that I think I have to add. Oh, I need glasses. Oh my goodness, we're almost done. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And if you are watching the replay, I hope you'll let me know that you came by. And so cute. Cute, cute, cute. And I'm not going to do any kind of coloring on here. We're just going to add the little bunny right up in here like that. Oh, or should I put him down? I'm going to put him down here. So cute. It's Just a cute little bunny. Right there. Perfect. Little cutie pie. All right. So I had every plan to put this right in the middle of here, but that did not happen, and there's no way to add it. So my plan was, I'll just say God had another plan. That's what it is. So I'm going to add a couple of these sequins to the bottom of our little flower, just to bring like some extra shine to that. And I'm going to add one here. And I got my last sequin that I'm going to add up there. And that is that card. So adorable. I love it. So on here from the kit, we use the 3 flowers and the 2 eggs and the basket. And then the rest of this is all added cardstock. And so there you have it, ladies. Thank you so much for taking time today to spend with me. Let's see what we got. So we have that card and this one. If I can make space on my table to see all the things. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. There we go. And then we have this card and this card. So we made 5 cards, 5 alternates today. I hope you like them. Very fun. This little kit has been so much fun. I think I'm towards the end of it. I have one little thing I've been dreaming about. A friend of mine gave me this box. I think it is a cool box. I guess this is from her eyelashes that she puts on. And I was thinking how cute it would be to cover it and put some treats on the inside. Has a magnetic close. So I started to kind of ink it up with the Shy Shamrock. But no matter what I do, like, the ink wants to come off. So I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do to cover that. I am going to cover it with paper though. So I might be coming back next week with a little bit of a fun thing like this. That we'll do next week just because I'm kind of running out of pieces to work with. Unless I just use the stamp set, which, you know, it's kind of like paper pumpkin alternates. If you're not using anything from the paper pumpkin, what's that? So thank you for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it and like the alternates. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you know anybody that would be interested, please let them know about my channel. So thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your week. I will see you in a week. Have a great one. Bye.